Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to this softball game here today. The Section 4A quarterfinals here in Braham once again, as Braham taking on the number 3 seeded PACT Charter Panthers. And the first batter to the plate for the Panthers will be Ella Ling, and she reaches on a single. So Ella Ling on base, and then the throwing error leads her to taking second. So now for the Panthers, they have a runner on second with nobody down, and now Elena Spies to the plate for for PACT Charter, and she looks at that one for strike one. So 0-1 count now for Elena Spies. This one is fouled back into the fence. So it'll be an 0-2 count for number 11, Elena Spice. Next one is fouled back once again by Spice, and we'll set up again for 0-2. Runner on second is the leadoff batter. Reached on a single, but it was an error that sent her to second. This one going to be fouled back as well. So another one that is fouled back here by Spies, and still an 0-2. That one's going to get her. So that one hits her in the left ankle. So now you got runners on first and second for the Panthers of PACT Charter, and that brings to the plate Claire Tessum. Tessum at the plate now for the Panthers. Nobody down. That one swung on. Oh, and nabbed by Nicole Duvernay. It's a triple play! Oh, my! Nicole Duvernay snapped it off for out number 1, stepped on the bag for out number 2, and threw it down to second for a triple play. Unbelievable. Wow. What a play there by Nicole Duvernay. She did it, the triple play unassisted. The unassisted triple play by Nicole Duvernay. And that's one way to exit an inning if you are the Braham Bombers. It looked like trouble early with the Panthers getting 2 runners on, but then Nicole Duvernay snaps off a line drive and holds on and steps on first for the second out, and then throws it on at second for the third and final out of the top of the first inning. What a play there for Nicole Duvernay to help her team out of that inning. So again, a great play there at first, and what looked to be a good start for PACT's not going to come, as that play by Duvernay really shuts anything down PACT was trying to start. So again, you're listening to this game on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and 95.5 FM, KBEK. The simulcast here today on both stations for this Section 4A quarterfinal matchup between the Bombers and the Panthers. Number 2 and 3 seeds going at it here today. Over on the other side of the bracket, the number 1 and 4 seeds will go at it. West Lutheran and Mayer Lutheran. In fact, those two teams are teams that Braham lost to late in the season. A close loss to Mayer Lutheran by 1 run, and then it was a 7-run loss to West Lutheran. But it is the playoffs, and if Braham were to win here today, they would go and play on Saturday again, on Saturday at 2 p.m., and they would play the winner of West Lutheran to Mayer Lutheran. And if Mayer Lutheran wins today and Braham wins, Braham would host that game here on Saturday. But if West Lutheran wins today and Braham wins, Braham would head to where West Lutheran plays, which is Parker's Lake Playfield, and we'll get that up and kind of tell you where that's at, just to let you all know. And first pitch swinging is Erin Zimpel, and she lines out to the shortstop for out number 1. So a quick first out, 1 pitch, 1 out for the Bombers. And now to the plate, Morgan Rysdam. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for a ball. Pitching for the PACT Charter Panthers is Elena Spice. And then catching for is Claire Tessum behind the plate, and that number 25. Rest of the infield, Megan Henry over at first. At second, Ella Ling. At third, Greta Appleberry. That one is swung on right back to the pitcher, thrown on first for out number 2. So quick 2 outs for the Bombers. And now to the plate, Lauren Lennes. As we continue to look at the infield for PACT, at short is June Tessum. Then out in the outfield, in left, Abby Gerhard. Then in center, Bryn Shimmick. And out in right, Elsie Franklin. A swing and a miss there. She might have got a piece of it, did Lauren Lennes. 2 down and 0-1 count for Lennes. Nobody on. Elena Spies in the circle pitching, and she swings and misses on that one, does Lennes. Oh, 2 count now for Lennes. And here's the pitch. She got a piece of that one, and it is caught by the second baseman for out number 3. 1-2-3 go. The Bombers, a quick first inning. Thanks in large part to Nicole Duvernay making an unassisted triple play out there to get her team out of that first inning. Again, PACT Charter got 2 runners on, but then it was Nicole Duvernay to get them out of that inning with the triple play. And then the Bombers go 1-2-3. So we'll move on to the top of the second inning. Bombers and PACT Charter Panthers going at it here in Braham. Braham wearing their blue jerseys with the gold letters and numbers, the black pants. PACT Charter in the all black, white letters. Black numbers, believe it or not, but they're outlined in the white, so I do kind of like the outline look. Can be hard to see if you're further away, but I do like the outline look, that you don't have a color for the numbers, just the outline. I do like that look. Meanwhile, here's the first pitch. It's swung on and fouled by Bryn Shimmick for the Panthers of PACT Charter. Beautiful day for some softball here in Braham. I think last time I checked, we were sitting at about 75, 76 degrees. Just a beautiful day. 77 currently. Got a breeze, light breeze, and this one is swung on and foul tipped, and it'll be an 0-2 count now for Bryn Shimmick. So 0-2. And there's that one, fouled back and out of play. So 0-2 once again for the leadoff here in the second. Bryn Shimmick, for the PACT Charter Panthers. This one is going to get by the second baseman and then down. Throw to second, not going to be in time. A little bit of miscommunication out there. Second baseman and right fielder were both going after it. Second baseman laid off, and fortunately the right fielder thought that second baseman had it. So a little bit of miscommunication out there. Base hit that leads to a double for Bryn Shimmick. And now June Tessum to the plate. First pitch is in there for strike 1 from Alex Rysdam. It'll be Rysdam to Rysdam here. Alex Rysdam pitching. Morgan Rysdam behind the plate catching. Here's the pitch from Rysdam Alex Rysdam, and that one swung on and into the fence. Those are your pitcher-catcher duo, and then over at first, of course, Nicole Duvernay. At third, it'll be Lauren Lennes, and then at short, Erin Zimpel. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one swung on and laced up towards the second baseman. It gets away, and that looks to score a run. It does. An error there will lead to the single, which turns in a run. Bryn Shimmick will get the first run across for PACT Charter. 1-0 the lead for PACT. Runner on first, nobody down. Next pitch is in here to Megan Henry. As we continue to look at the outfielders for Braham. Over in the outfield, it'll be Corey Olson, Grace Kunke, and Addie White. As this one is swung on and hit right to the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number one. Throw on to second is high, but luckily they're able to get it in time to where June Tessum cannot get past second, but Megan Henry will be out at first. One down, runner at second. 1-0 lead for PACT Charter. And at the plate, Maddie Whitby. First pitch into her is in there for strike one. So Alex Rysdam ready. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just outside for ball one. Here's the 1-1 from Rysdam. Swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2 count now for Whitby. As Alex Rysdam looks to grab out number two. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that is out number two. So two down now for PACT Charter. They have a 1-0 lead here. And now to the plate, Abby Gerhard. First pitch to her, swung on and fouled into the fence behind the plate. Good crowd here, actually. Got a good amount of PACT Charter fans. And ooh, that one just off the plate for ball one. Here's the 1-1. That one also off the plate for ball two. So a tighter strike zone here today. And Alex Rysdam will look to come back with a 2-1. That one's fouled into the fence behind home plate. It'll leave the count at 2-2 as Alex Rysdam and the Bombers look to get out of the top of the second with only allowing that one run to score. And here's the 2-2 from Rysdam. It's a strikeout, swinging and it's dropped, but they apply the tag for out number three. So the Panthers score one and strand one there on second, and it'll be 1-0. The Panthers with the lead on one hit, one run. One error there committed by the Bombers of Braham. And again, error committed there by the Bombers as we move to the bottom of the second. It'll be the next three up for Braham. That'll be Nicole Duvernay, Ayla Anderson, and Alex Rysdam will be the next three for Braham. To the plate here in the bottom of inning number two. Yesterday, a 15-run rule victory for Braham as they got the victory 16-1, and that was over Heritage Christian Academy. They had 8 runs through the first 3 innings, 4 in the first, 2 in the next 2, and then 8 in the fourth to get them the 15-run rule to give them the victory 16-1 yesterday. Win or lose here today, Braham will play again on Saturday at 2 p.m. Just depends on against who and where. Because if they win today and Mayor Lutheran wins today over West Lutheran, Braham will host that game Saturday against Mayor Lutheran. But if Braham wins today and West Lutheran wins today, they'll travel to where West Lutheran plays. If Braham loses and Mayor Lutheran wins, or loses, It'll be Braham hosting Mayor Lutheran once again. Nicole Duvernay into the batter's box as that one goes by for ball 1 to Duvernay. Next one is off the plate for ball 2. Pretty consistent strike zone here so far in the first 2 innings. The pitchers have painted the sides of the plate, but just have not been able to get those strikes a tighter strike zone, and that one's going to be inside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count here for Nicole Duvernay, and we've seen her yesterday be aggressive on these 3-0s, which led to multiple hits for her. So 3-0 count, that's something that Duvernay likes to swing it with. This time she's going to watch that one go by inside for ball 4. Excuse me, ball 4. Apparently the air a little bit thick. But again, Nicole Duvernay yesterday, 3-0, she swung a couple times, and she made the pitchers pay for putting it right down the strike zone. So 3-0, she is not afraid to swing on, but that time she lays off, and it's ball 4. So runner on first now for the Braham Bombers, and Ayla Anderson to the plate. She'll watch that one go by for strike 1. Nicole Duvernay yesterday, 2 for 3, reached on an error as well, and had 4 RBIs in that game yesterday. 4 RBIs for Nicole Duvernay. So a fourth of their points came from Duvernay yesterday. A 1-1 count for Ayla Anderson, and the next pitch is swung on and a hit foul out of play. Be a 1-2 count. One-two count for Ayla Anderson as Spies gets ready. Here's the pitch. That one's high, and that'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, nobody out. Spies ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Anderson pops this one foul out of play. We await a ball to get thrown back in here. So we got a couple balls back in, and now a 2-2 count for Ayla Anderson. Spies readies. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. For out number 1, that's a tough one. That one has been on the edge of being called a ball pretty much all game so far, so that one will be strike 3. Now Alex Rysdam to the plate. Showing bunt. Good bunt. And it kind of stuck in the dirt there. But it will advance Duvernay to second. And Rysdam is thrown out at first for out number 2. So 2 down, and out of the plate, Corey Olson, one of the outfielders here today for Braham. 2 down and runner on second for Braham. Here's the pitch from Spies, and that one's high for ball 1. 1-0 count for Olson. Here's the pitch. Swung through that one for strike 1. One now for Olson, 2 down. Spies with the pitch. That one's popped up and foul out of play. One ball, 2 strikes for Corey Olson. Got that runner on second in scoring position. Spies with the pitch. Off the plate, outside for ball 2. Even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Maybe the magic 2s here as Bombers try to match that run scored by the Panthers in the top of the second. Here's the next pitch by Spies. And, oh, she held up, but it's in there for strike 3 anyways. So it is strike 3. And it will be the Bombers without the run there, trying to tie it up here in the bottom of the second. They'll head on to the top of the third. Panthers leading here 1-0 early as we head to inning number 3. And before we get that third inning, we'll keep it here. Looks like teams are back out and ready. So now leading off the top of the third, Greta Appleberry. First pitch swinging, that's on to the shortstop. Throw on to first, not going to be in time. It pulls Duvernay off the bag, and Appleberry reaches on an infield single. Aaron Zimpel throw on to first. It's a little bit of a slower roller, but just didn't get there. Ella Ling now to the plate. She hit a single and was the third out of a triple play back in the first. That one is in there for strike 1, and Morgan Rysdam quickly up out of her stance, keeping that runner at first. Throw down to first is not going to get her. Appleberry back in time, but again, Rysdam making her get dirty. Runner at first, nobody down. 0-2 count for Ling. This one is popped up and foul. Great catch out there by a fan. One, 2 now for Ling. That one swung on, and that one will go foul out of play as well. Still a 1-2 count for Ella Ling, the second baseman. Here's the next one. In there for strike 3, and then the throw down to first. Not going to get Appleberry. So Ling goes down looking for out number 1. One down, runner on first. And now to the plate for PACT Charter. Oh, in and out of the glove. Spies is going to get to first in time. Let's call that one an error, but I think technically it is since she should have caught it. So now runners on first and second, and those are so hard as a pitcher. You're trying to get out of your throwing stance and then back to get the glove up in time for yourself to catch the ball, and it's not easy. Can't blame her on that one. Claire Tessum to the plate now. Runners on first and second, one down. This one is swung on and fouled out of play. Oh, 1 count. And here's the pitch. That one a slow roller, and it's going to get by, and that will score a run. A 1-out RBI single for Claire Tessum. We'll make it a 2-0 lead for PACT Charter. Runner still on first and second. One down. It's a really good hit there by Claire Tessum. And now to the plate, it's going to be Bryn Shimmick. She singled back last inning. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way from Rysdam. This one's popped foul out of play. And now it's 0-2 for Shimmick. 0-2 pitch from Rysdam is swung on and got a piece of it. Did Shimmick. fouled it back, and 0-2 once again. Panthers have done a good job battling with the 2 strikes. And this time, the pitch is high for ball 1. Pops out of the glove of Rysdam, but she grabs it. Runners can not advance. And a 1-2 count now for Shimmick. Here's the pitch from Alex Rysdam. Again, fouled back out of play. And again, the Panthers with 2 strikes, whether it's a 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. They've done a really good job battling at the plate with 2 strikes, and this is no different. That one is swung on and missed. And a good strikeout pitch there by Alex Rysdam to grab out number 2. So 2 down now for PACT Charter, and that brings to the plate June Tessum. Reached on an error last inning. And this one's going to be popped up and in foul territory out of play by June Tessum. Oh, 1 count for June Tessum. Here's the pitch from Rysdam. In there for strike 2. So now an 0-2, but again, the Panthers done a good job battling with 0-2. But Rysdam trying to end the top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be fouled back out of play. And once again, Panthers will keep themselves alive, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the way from Rysdam. That one's fouled back again. So another 0-2 fouled off by the Panthers. This one is June Tessum battling up there. Alex Rysdam trying to finish off the top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Took a little something off, but stays high for ball 1. Similar kind of at-bat to Shimmick's. It was 0-2 for a couple pitches, and then they fouled it off, and then 1-2, and then she finally got the strikeout. Will it be the same here? It will. Wow. Nice job there by Alex Rysdam. Going 0-2 and then 1-2, and then striking out the second batter in a row in similar fashion. So 2 hits there and 1 run for the PACT Charter Panthers. It's a 2-0 lead for the Panthers as we move forward to the bottom of inning number 3. Bombers got their first base runner in the 2nd, but then proceeded to get 3 straight outs, 2 via strikeouts looking, and then a ground out. But to the plate to begin the bottom of the 3rd will be Grace Kunke, Addie White, and then we'll roll it over to the top of the order to Aaron Zimpel once again. And that is how it will look here to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Bombers trailing 2-0. Section 4A playoffs here in Braham. Braham, the number 2 seed. PACT Charter, the number 3 seed, going at it. So far, it's been a good one. PACT Charter leads 2-0 on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard, but still plenty of time here in this one. Only the bottom of the 3rd. As taking a look at the section. Yesterday, Braham defeated Heritage Christian Academy 16-1 after 4 innings. That's what got them to this game. And for, PACT Charter, they were able to defeat Atwater Cosmos Grove City 13-2. And Atwater Cosmos Grove City actually beat one of our other local teams, Ogilvie, 11-1 to get to play PACT Charter. So, the local connection there. Of course, it's a simulcast on both KBEK 95.5 FM and 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP. It's still listen to it at WCMPradio.com, but it is audio only, so no video due to MSHSL restrictions in the playoffs. No video, only audio. And a bunt attempt, almost caught for the out on the bunt attempt by the catcher, Tessum, but it does get down for a foul. So Grace Kunke attempts the bunt single, but it goes foul. It's an 0-1 count. Next pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. So 0-2 for Grace Kunke. And Braham needs some base runners here. 0-2 pitch on the way, and foul tip into the glove for out number 1. Addie White now stepping into the left-handed batter's box for the Braham Bombers. 1 down. Spies, readies. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. (1-0) for Addie White. Here's the pitch from Spies. Out in there for strike 1. 1-1 now for Addie White. Spies with the 1-1 pitch. Now it's high and inside a little bit for ball 2. (2-1) count for Addie White. The batter in the 9 spot, and that one's going to be in there for strike 2. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They have 1 down. And here's the pitch. Ooh, my goodness, just off the plate. Outside, that runs the count full. Full count now for Addie White. Here's the pitch from Spies. And that one's high for ball 4. Tough at bat there for White, but she will walk to first. And now we'll roll it over to the top of the order for Braham. Erin Zimpel. Back to the plate. First pitch is on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So the 0-1 pitch from Spies on the way. It's low for ball 1. To Zimpel. Runner on first, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Braham trails 2-0, excuse me. Lena Spies with the pitch. Zimpel gets this one. It's popped right at the first baseman. And, I mean, that one has popped up right at first base. It's caught by the first baseman for out number 2. And Addie White trying to hold her up and help her not to fall. Great sportsmanship there. So that'll be out number 2, and Morgan Rysdam to the plate. And that one's popped up on the infield and caught by the pitcher for out number 3. So they do get a base runner on, but they'll strand her at first, will the Bombers, and we'll move to the top of the 4th. Bombers down 2-0 as we go to about the halfway mark of this one. We'll get the 4th inning of action here, back after word from our fine sponsors on both WCMP and KBEK.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on WCMP KBEK, getting ready for the top of the 4th. Megan Henry to the plate. Grounded out back in the 2nd. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1 from Alex Rysdam. The 0-1 is swung on and hit just past the glove of the third baseman down the line for a base hit. We lead off single. And it looks like we had a courtesy runner here at first for so courtesy runner at first, and now to the plate, Maddie Whitby. She struck out her first plate appearance. First one is in there for strike one. That one's going to be outside for ball one. 1-1 now for Whitby. Swinging and a miss for strike two. Alex Rysdam trying to grab out number one in the top of four. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be popped up back out of play for a foul. That'll make it a 1-2 count once again. Rysdam, and this one again fouled out of play. So the count stays 1-2. And here's the pitch. This one into foul territory, and Morgan Rysdam chasing after it. Just can't catch up in time. And that'll make it, or keep it, at a 1-2 count for Maddie Whitby. Runner on first. Nobody down. Here's the next one, and swing and a miss. And that'll be out number one via the strikeout. Now to the plate, Abby Gerhard again, another one of the players who struck out in the second, as that one's low for ball one. 1-0 pitch on the way from Rysdam. This one's fouled out of play. So 1-1 count, and that one popped up in the infield. Symbol on it. Throw on to first is in time, so it's going to be a double play for the Bombers. Their second such. They had a triple play in the first, and then now a double play here. Gerhard flies out to the shortstop, and then she throws it on to first for out number 3. So they get one hit, no runs. No errors committed there by Braham. So that's a good way for the fourth to start if you're the Bombers. And coming to the plate for the next 3 at-bats will be Lauren Lenez, Nicole Duvernay, and Ayla Anderson. Those are the next 3 for Braham. Starts with Lauren Lenez, though. Pretty good outing by both of these pitchers, but for PACT, have yet to see a hit, official hit yet for Braham. So we move to the bottom of this inning. 2-0. Braham still trails, but again, bottom of the fourth, still time for Braham to get those 2 runs back and then some. But this pitcher, Elena Spies for the Panthers of PACT Charter, has been difficult to hit on. She has induced a ton of ground balls. A couple of strikeouts as well. And some line drives. It's just her defense has played really well, too, so helps. And a swing and a miss there on the first pitch by Lauren Lenez. Got to find a way to make Spies uncomfortable in the circle out there. Here's the 0-1. That one a little bit low, but Lenez misses on the swing. So now 0-2 for Lauren Lenez. Again, going to have to start to make this pitcher for PACT Charter work a little bit more, as that one's low and inside for ball 1. She's into a rhythm out there in the circle, and you just got to get her uncomfortable somehow. Runners on base will certainly help, but then you got to get runners into scoring position, which will help even more. But make her throw some more as well. That one's going to be low for ball 2. So an even 2-2 count here for Lauren Lenez, the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 4th. Spies will ready the pitch. Here's the 2-2, and Lenez got a piece of that one, fouls it off. So that one fouls off. It'll keep the count at 2-2 for Lenez. And Spies readies. And here's the pitch. And a foul tip for out number 1. So 1 down, and Nicole Duvernay to the plate. Again, probably the player of the game yesterday for Braham, and she has been one of the base runners here today for Braham, along with Addie White. Both of them reached on a walk, and this one is in there for strike 1 for Nicole Duvernay. A 1 pitch on the way from Spies. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. Down 0-2 is Duvernay, and again, if you're Braham, gonna have to start making this pitcher work a little bit more. Try and also get that arm to be a little bit more tired, as she is in a little bit of a groove out there in the circle. Plus, the Bombers need to get some base runners here and also get her uncomfortable in that way. So a 1-2 count after that pitch is outside. And here's the pitch. Oh, inside, but just got enough of the plate for strike 3, and it'll be out number 2. She'll go down looking. And now Ayla Anderson comes to the plate. She struck out looking in her first at-bat. Bombers looking to find a base runner via a hit. That one's in there for strike 1. A 1 for Anderson. And here's the 0-1. That one swung on and hit right at the pitcher, and she's under it and gloves it for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Braham, and we'll go head over to the top of the 5th. Last inning was a good one for defense. Getting some base runners out there and trying to figure out a way to get them in scoring position as well, as now game moving pretty quickly. We're already in the top of the 5th. So innings will start to become a factor here in this one. There's the final warm-up throw, and getting ready and leading off the top of the 5th for PACT Charter is going to be Greta Appleberry. She reached on a single and scored back in the 3rd. That one swung on towards right field, but grabbed, and a beautiful grab there by Corey Olson for out number 1. Grab a little bit of trotting towards it. She holds on for out number 1, and now to the plate, Ella Ling. First pitch swinging. That one gets down. Throw on to first. Got her for out number 2, and a beautiful play over there at second for out number 2. So now Elena Spies to the plate. 2 down already. Again, like I mentioned, defensively it was a great 4th inning for the Bombers and a good start to the 5th defensively. Now hoping that can translate over into some offense. That one's in there for strike 2. 0-2 count now for Elena Spies, and Alex Rysdam trying to make it a 1-2-3 5th inning, as it was back in the 4th. One-two count. After that one just outside, they look down to the first base ump. He said no. Here's the 1-2. That one swung on. Shortstop again. Throw on to first. In time for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 4th inning, or 5th inning. It was the same as the 4th. And now, Bombers need to get something going on the base paths here, and we're into the bottom of the 5th. You don't want to put pressure on yourselves that you don't need to yet, because you certainly still have time. Still got the bottom of this inning, 6th, and then 7th if you need it. So you still got the bottom of the 7th if you need it. But for the Bombers, again, I think big key here, just get some runners on, and then get them into scoring position and make that pitcher for PACT Charter a little bit uncomfortable. See if you can't get her to throw some more over the middle of the plate and start to get some easier hits and start to get those 2 runs back that PACT Charter has over you. In the bottom of the 5th, leading off for the Bombers will be Alex Rysdam. Then it'll be Corey Olson behind her, and then Grace Kunke after that. As we ready for this 5th inning. A couple warm-up throws here by Elena Spies, and then we'll get to the leadoff batter, Alex Rysdam. Also just across from us, believe it or not, Braham playing their playoff game here today. I believe they're hosting McGregor. And Braham hoping to get a first-round victory. They should. McGregor hasn't had the greatest of seasons, and Braham, one of the top teams in their section and the conference as well. So hoping to get the first-round victory here today. So here's Alex Rysdam to the plate. Showing bunt. That one's going to get down. Oh, a nice spin on it. Throw on to first is not going to get there. And Alex Rysdam reaches on the bunt single. That had some nasty spin on it. It spun out of the way. It was a bunt kind of lobbed towards third, and it spun away from the pitcher trying to grab it back towards the foul line at third, and that's what helped her get on to first. So, runner on first. And now to the plate, Corey Olson. Outside for ball 1. Well, that's huge for the Bombers. They only had the leadoff batter get on via the walk back in the 2nd. That was Nicole Duvernay, but now getting one via the hit, and going to steal 2nd is Alex Rysdam. So now runner at 2nd. A 1-1 count for Corey Olson. Olson back into the batter's box. Elena Spies readies. And this is what that's what I was talking about. Get somebody on in scoring position. And Olson showing bunt. She pulls back late, but does in time. That one will be ball 2. So 2-1 count now for Corey Olson. Runner at 2nd. Nobody out. It's a great spot to make Elena Spies uncomfortable in the circle. Here's the 2-1 pitch from her. That one's in there for strike 2. Corey Olson thought she had struck out, but He walks back to the batter's box realizing, oh, I get to do it at least once more. 2-2 count for Olsen. Nobody out, runner on second. That one high for ball 3, and it runs the count full. Corey thought about it, but she holds off on the swing. And full count. Here's the pitch from Spies. Fouls that one off. Olsen keeping herself alive. And that's all you can ask for from Olsen, is to protect. Again, you got runner on second with nobody out, and great opportunity to make Spies uncomfortable there in the circle and scoot that runner at second closer to third. Here's the full count pitch once again. That one's in there for strike 3, and Corey Olsen upset with herself that time. She did not lift the bat off her shoulder. So that's out number 1. Grace Kunke now to the plate. Foul tipped for an out back in the third. Base hit might score that runner from second. Rysdam has some decent speed. Showing bunt, it's popped up, and an out. So we bunt. That is caught at third for the out. We're out 2. So what was a great start to the inning now all of a sudden has gone back in favor of the Panthers, and it's Addie White to the plate. And White holds off on that one high in the zone for ball 1. A quick check to the other umpire in the infield and ask if she went. She did not. She held back. White watches this one inside for ball 2. So ahead in the count, 2-0 for Addie White. Got 2 down, but that runner at second. Spies readies, and here's the pitch. That one swung on. Oh my goodness. A leaping grab there at third for out number 3. So the runner at second will get stranded, and that good early look there for the start of the bottom of the 5th for Braham all of a sudden goes by the wayside, and now we move to the 6th inning. So top of the 6th. We'll be right back after a word from our fine sponsors here on KBK and WCMP.
Welcome to the Summer of Saints. Not those Saints. We're talking about the St. Paul Saints. Listen every Friday morning all summer long. We're sending you and a friend to CHS Field to see the Saints, courtesy of Hinckley Firehouse. Listen to win all summer. The Summer of Saints. Throwing heat all summer long. Thanks to the Hinckley Firehouse and WCMP.
Top of the 6th here on WCMP and KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman bringing you the action of this Section 4A quarterfinal matchup between the Braham Bombers, who are hosting the PACT Charter Panthers. So far, Panthers lead 2-0 as we are now in the top of the 6th inning. And all of a sudden, innings are starting to run out here for Braham. First 2 pitches are in there to the leadoff batter, Claire Tessum, for an 0-2 count. Alex Rysdam, again, trying to help her team to the quick inning and swinging strikeout, but it's dropped and tagged for out number 1. Bryn Shimek to the plate now for the Panthers. Here's the pitch from Rysdam. That one swung on into foul territory. Duvernay running after it, but will come up just short as it reaches foul territory. down for a foul and an 0-1 count for Bryn Shimmick. Back into the batter's box. Rysdam readies. Here's the pitch. That one a line drive, and that is about as good as of a hit as you can ask for. That one's going to roll deep into the outfield. The throw on the second. Oh, she's going to be aggressive and take third, and she's going to get to third. Wow. She did not even think about stopping at second. And had the shortstop made a better grab at her spot, she might have thrown her out at third, but because she fumbled with the ball a bit, Shimmick is going to be able to get to 3. Oh, boy. So 1 down and a runner at third. And now June Tessum to the plate and a base hit. Scores yet another run. There it is. RBI single for June Tessum. And now it's a 3-0 lead for PACT Charter. Runner at first, 1 down. PACT Charter scores another one, makes it 3-0. Bottom of the 6th. Now to the plate, Megan Henry. Pitches high for ball 1. So a strikeout for out number 1 to begin the inning, and then a triple from Bryn Shimmick, and then on the very next pitch, June Tessum lined it for a base hit out to left. This one is fouled back. And a 1-1 count now for Megan Henry. Next one is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 count for Megan Henry. Rysdam with the pitch. Took a little something off that one, and it's a strikeout for out number 2, and throw down to first. Not in time, but. And 2 down now, runner at first, Maddie Whitby to the plate. First pitch swinging, and that one out to center field. Grabbed and held on to for out number 3. So a quick out, and then 2 hits led to a run being scored, and then another quick 2 outs. So, getting down to the bottom of the 6th for Braham now. And again, running out of innings to get much done. As we head to the bottom of the 6th. Braham trails 3-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. As we begin the 6th, they will start at the top of the order with Erin Zimpel, Morgan Rysdam, and Lauren Lenez to the plate. So the Panthers had 2 runs there in the 2nd and the 3rd, or 1 each, I should say. And then here, just this top of the 6th, they were able to get a triple from Shimmick, and then June Tessum with the next pitch hit an RBI single. And then after that, it was 2 quick outs to get out of the inning for Braham. But now they're down 3-0, and PACT Charter, their pitcher, Spice, has not allowed the Bombers to really get anything out of the infield hit-wise. And her fielders have done a great job as well of kind of keeping everything in front of them and catching everything that comes their way. A lot of soft pop-ups too to the infield. So Bombers need something here in this one. If they can get that one is swung on, as I don't quite finish my thought. Erin Zimpel swings and misses there for strike 1. A 1 pitch. That one's inside for ball 1. One count for Erin Zimpel. Here's the pitch. Got a piece of that one, popped up towards left field, and that's grabbed for out number 1. Bombers need to start leveling out their hits because if they do get a hit, they either are popping it up, a soft pop-up that's easily caught, or a grounder that is easily thrown onto the bag needed for the out. So that one popped to left for out number 1. A swing and miss here by Morgan Risedam as she steps to the plate with an 0-2 so far today. Spies for the Panthers, readies with the 0-1 pitch. That one is a grounder, and it's going to, it's still, wow, an infield single there for Morgan Risedam as she beats out the throw. So Morgan Risedam turns on the Jets to beat out the throw there at first. And Lauren Lenez will come to plate, but first, head coach for PACT Charter, I think trying to argue his case that the runner was out at first, but from my view, that was clearly safe as Morgan Risedam, her foot was there before that throw was, so. But still arguing his case, being quite polite about it too, as I might add. So runner on first now for the Bombers, and Lauren Lenez at the plate. She's 0 for 2 so far today. This one's bunted foul. Out of harm's way, so it cannot be caught, so positive there. Take away from it. Oh, 1 for Lenez. Trying to advance that runner into scoring position, but also trying to score a run. Bunt showed, pulled up, and they're going to get her at second. So Risedam is thrown out at second for out number 2, and all of a sudden, I got 2 down, and a 1-2 count for Lauren Lenez, and Bombers down to their final 4 outs. They need 3 runs, and you'd like to see them get 2 here in this inning so that they'd only have to get 1. I mean, they'd like to get, 4 or 5 here in this inning, and that was bunted foul, so. So scoreboard a little bit wrong there. Now it's a 2-2 count, according to the umpire. 2-2 count for Lenez. And now she'll have to protect on 2-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. She fouls that one back. So it will stay a 2-2 count for Lenez. They'll need a rally here with 2 outs. Hopefully she can start it, but she swings through that one for out number 3. Well, the Bombers are going to have to help themselves here in the 7th. They'll need to hold runners off the bags for PACT Charter, and then in the bottom of the 7th, they'll need 3. So it starts with a defensive stand here by the Bombers. But first, a word from our sponsors here on WCMP and KBEK.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Start of the 7th inning, leading off for the PACT Charter Panthers is Abby Gerhard. And the first one is low for ball 1. This one is lifted, foul out of play. So that makes it a 1-1 count for Gerhard. Risedam, that one, just past her glove. She tries to reach for it, but it just whizzes past her glove. And that is a leadoff single for Abby Gerhard. Oh, we run her on first now for the Panthers, and to the plate, Greta Appleberry, 1 for 2 today. A single back in the third and then flew out in the fifth. This one is foul out of play by Appleberry. 0-1 count, Rysdam with the pitch. This one's going to be foul back and out of play again. Oh, 2 count for Appleberry, and Rysdam will try and grab out number 1. Panthers have a runner on first. This one is swung on towards second. Grabbed. Oh, no, it's dropped. And going to be safe at second. So Gerhard had to hold up at first because it looked like a for sure out, but then it was dropped by the second baseman, and then the throw on to second was not there in time. So Appleberry will reach via the error, and now runners on first and second, nobody down for the Panthers. Back to the top of the order with Ella Ling. That one's in there for strike 1. So Bombers trying to hold the Panthers off the board here and only have to get 3 runs in the bottom of this inning, as this next pitch is low for ball 1. Have not been able to really get much of any base runners even have the Bombers, but they'll be in a tough spot as Rysdam knocks it down, but throw on to first from the shortstop is not even close. And an infield single by Ella Ling. So bases are loaded. Nobody down, and that brings Elena Spies to the plate. She is 0 for 3 today. She was, or 0 for 2, excuse me, hit by a pitch in the first, reached on error in the third, and then in the fifth, a line drive out. And now this one is hit to the right field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. Throw is not in time at third. It's a 3-run triple, bases clearing triple for Elena Spies. Wow. And that is exactly what the Bombers didn't need. That will make it 6-0 in favor of the Panthers. Still nobody down. And to the plate, Claire Tessum. She swings this one out of play. A 1 pitch on the way, foul back. He bases clearing triple for Elena Spies of PACT Charter, and Braham now down 6-0. As this one is low for ball 1. Next one is in there, swung on right to the shortstop, and she nabs it for out number 1. So they get the first out. And they can get out of here with without allowing that runner at third to score. That would help. Bryn Shimek to the plate. She just hit a triple last inning, and this one going to get down for a base hit as well, and kind of stopped on being aggressive there. And yeah, the right fielder, I thought she had a chance at that one, but it's going to be an RBI double for Bryn Shimek. That'll make it 7-0. 1 down, runner at second now. That one swung on right at the second baseman. And as she caught it, she falls, but she is okay. So June Tessum out on the line drive to second for out number 2. And that one caught her off guard a little bit, but she holds on for the second out. Now Megan Henry to the plate for PACT Charter. 4 runs have scored so far for the Panthers, and Henry swings and fouls this one back. A one pitch by Rysdam is fouled off. So an 0-2 count it will be once we get the ball back into play. So here we go, 0-2, 2 down, runner at second. Megan Henry, the batter for the Panthers. Here's the pitch into her, in there for strike 3. Just on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. That'll be out number 3, but the Panthers do some damage. 4 hits across 4 runs in that inning. Move on to the bottom of the 7th. The Bombers need a ton of help. They need 7 runs just to keep this game alive. 7 runs to keep it alive, 8 to win it. So they need a inning like they had yesterday in the 4th, where they scored 8 runs in that 4th inning yesterday. They need an inning like that here right now. We'll quickly take a word from our fine sponsors, then be back for the bottom of the 7th.
Sean here from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. We care about your comfort and safety. Regularly checking your propane gauge is critical, and when it reaches 30%, it's time to give us a call at 715-689-1032 to request a fill. Reliable service from your local cooperative. Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
So here we go, bottom of the 7th. Braham down on their final 3 outs. They need 7 to continue the game. They need 8 to win it. Otherwise, they will play on Saturday in the elimination bracket. Here we go. It'll be Nicole Duvernay to lead it off for Braham. A good leadoff batter when you need to get some runs. You'd like to have her in a spot where she could bat in some runs, especially in this situation, but to have her lead off is also not bad to start an inning as she swings through that one for strike 1. She's very smart up there at the plate, and she's also got the ability, as I mentioned before, to bring the runs in on hits, but now she'll have to just work to get on base. A 1-1 count for her. She swings through that one and a bit frustrated with herself for not making contact on that one. And so now a 1-2 count for Duvernay, and she's trying to figure it out. 1-2, she'll have to protect here. That one's high, and good eye from Duvernay. That'll even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on the way from Spies. That one's high, and that'll run the count full. Full count here for Nicole Duvernay, the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 7th. Spies readies. Here's the full count pitch. That's low for ball 4. Like I mentioned, Duvernay, a very smart batter, and it shows there. She reaches first via the walk. We'll get a pinch runner for her. So now Ayla Anderson into the batter's box. 0 for 2 today. They will have to again bat around at least once, and probably one and a half times to try and get the 7-8 runs they need. This one high and outside for ball 1. Lena Spies has done a great job here today. She's only allowed the 2 hits for Braham in this one. No runs, obviously. 1-0 count, and Anderson, that one's going to get, oh, it does not get down. The pitcher, Spies, is able to grab that one for out number 1. I mean, that's just a good play there by Spies at the pitcher spot. That one was coming down right in between the pitcher and the second baseman, but she was able to grab it. So now one down, Alex Rysdam to the plate, and that one's outside and easy to hold off of. (1-0) for Alex Rysdam. Showing bunt, and that one's going to get down. Throw on to first is in time. Ooh, for out number 2. Two down, runner at second, and the Bombers are down to their final out. Corey Olson to the plate now. Oh, excuse me, they will get a pinch hitter here. And the pinch hitter will be Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson in for Corey Olson here to pinch hit. 2 down, runner on second. This one is swung on, and that will get through the infield for a base hit. And the throw is not going to get there in time, so an RBI single for Avery Johnson. And that will score a run. So now they only need 6 more. To the Bombers. Seven to 1 as we get a pinch runner there for Avery Johnson. That'll be Liv Keys. So 2 down for the Bombers, and Avery Johnson comes up with a big hit there to continue the game and score the first run for Braham. So they won't be shut out, and they still need 6 more runs. Avery Johnson to the plate. That must have been, I don't know who that was. First one, tours in there for strike 1. Avery Johnson. Jenna Beck, excuse me, was the last batter. And Avery Johnson to the plate. Pinch hitting for Grace Kunke. That one's outside. One count for Avery Johnson. Well, Jenna Beck, her courtesy runner, over there at first. 2 down. Well, here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Avery Johnson. Down to their final strike are Braham. So Johnson going to have to protect here. 1-2. That one. Oh, she's going to go down looking, and that will be it. That will end the game, and Braham will fall here to the PACT Charter Panthers 7-1 after 7 innings. So a tough one here for Braham. Certainly a game that they were in till the very end, but just the bats came around for the Panthers of PACT Charter here late in this one, and they were able to score 4 in the top of the 7th to help them get this victory. We're going to take commercial breaks here. Word from our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll recap this game, let you know what's coming up for us as well as for Braham. You're listening to Playoff Softball here on WCMP and KBEK.
There's just nothing like being on the water, especially on a pontoon. Pine Toon Rental in Pine City has your next outing. Spend the day on the water in style with this 20-footer that holds up to 9 passengers. Whether you want to fish or just float, take the river, take the lake, but you've got to reserve your pontoon first. Visit PineToonRental.com. PineToonRental.com.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account, welliahealth.org.
I love this weather. I could sit here all day long. I don't think anything can make it better.
Well, friend, this week get a 2-night stay at Ringler's Family Campground for only $40. Make memories and enjoy the outdoors.
How long have you been there?
I'm always here, friend. Always here.
That's a little creepy.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Save money on all kinds of cool stuff. WCMPradio.com/deals.
WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Slips one, slips a second, able to get away for Sluka. Back underneath, far side, and a goal! To the lane and just gets the roll. Wow.
Pine City, Mora, Hinkley Finlayson, East Central, Braham, Rush City, Malacca, North Branch. Find out who's playing next at WCMPradio.com.
Entrance for your school or organization? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is now participating in cheese fundraisers. Raise funds by selling cheese to your friends and family and supporting our local farmers. Please call us at 715-689-2053 to find out more.
24/7, 365. We've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. You probably know your Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 is easy to find, very clean, the staff is always friendly, and is open 24/7, 365. But did you know we do propane fills, have a brand new EV charging station, and a dog walking area? So if you need a hot cup of coffee, the tank topped off, or a jug of milk on the way home, we got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Well, the Bombers fall to the PACT Charter Panthers 7-1. It was a 4-run 7th inning for PACT Charter that made it 7-0. Braham did get a 2-out RBI single there from Jenna Beck, but that was all that they could muster here in this one as they do fall to PACT Charter 7-1. PACT Charter had a 2-0 lead after 3 innings. And, Braham was able to get a couple of base runners on there, but just could never advance them to third. Or, they got to second, but really just never had a chance to get past second base. So a very good outing there by the PACT Charter pitcher, Elena Spies, as well. As we take a look at the pitching stats here, Elena Spies went all 7 innings. She allowed 3 hits, 1 run. She walked 3, struck out 6. On the other side for the Braham Bombers, Alex Rysdam went all 7 as well. Allowed 11 hits, 7 runs. She didn't walk anybody, but she did hit 1 batter back in the first. And then, in fact, that was the second batter she faced. She didn't mean to. It bounced and hit the batter, but that's still a hit by pitch. And then she, of course, struck out 9. So, strikeout-wise, looks like a good outing for Alex Rysdam. If you look at just the strikeouts and the walks, you say, wow, this was a really good game, and also 11 hits. 11 hits is quite a bit, but could have been worse with the 7 runs. So, but you look at the strikeouts and the walks portion for Alex Rysdam on the stat sheet, you go, well, they definitely won this game, right? Well, unfortunately, no. Braham, unfortunately, gave up those 2 runs, 1 in the second and 1 in the third. And then 1 in the 6th to make it 3-0. And then, unfortunately, 4 runs came across there in the 7th. And, unfortunately, the fielding just not what they needed in the 7th. And that helped PACT Charter get those bats going and help them get a little bit hot there in the 7th. And Braham was down 7-0. That's hard to do, especially when you're up against a pitcher like PACT Charter sent out for this game, who was really kind of on fire for this one. Again, not a ton of strikeouts, 3 walks in the game, 6 strikeouts, but she did her job, not allowing, Braham to get anything to the outfield, really. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of short pop-ups, grounders that her defense was able to grab and throw the runners out. So defensively, just a great game there from PACT Charter. Only, again, allowing 3 hits in the game for Braham, as Braham was only able to muster the 1 run here just in the 7th when Jenna Beck hit an RBI single that scored Nicole Duvernay's pinch runner. So an unfortunate loss here for Braham, but it is not the end. No, not like winter sports or fall sports where it's one and done. It is double elimination, so Braham does have the chance to play again tomorrow, and they will play against the loser of West Lutheran and Mayer Lutheran. So they will play the loser of that game, which started the same time as this one at 4:30. Looking at the MSHSL website, no update on that game as of yet, so that one hasn't ended quite yet. So that one hasn't ended quite yet. But they will host, so they will get to host a game, it looks like, as I'm taking a look at the bracket. So they would host Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart or New Life Academy of Woodbury here in the next round. New Life Academy of Woodbury is the 5th seed. Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart, the 9th seed. So no matter what, Braham does get to continue play, and they'll play here on Saturday. They will get to play at home for the 3rd game in a row in the elimination bracket, though. So now it's, one more loss and then you're done. But if you keep winning, you can still get back to the championship game. So for Braham, on Saturday, they will host the winner of Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart and New Life Academy of Woodbury here at 2 p.m. And I believe we'll be out here for that one as well. So we'll be back in Braham for the 3rd consecutive playoff game on Saturday. Normally we don't do a ton of games via weekends, but I think this is one that we're going to be at. So stay tuned for that one as we'll be back. And that one should be back on KBK and 106.5 FM WCMP. So that one should be back out there and should be a good one, as again they will get to host Bramwell in the elimination bracket on Saturday at 2 p.m. The winner of Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart and New Life Academy of Woodbury. That will happen on Saturday at 2 p.m. for PACT Charter. They move on to the semifinal, and they will take on the winner of West Lutheran and Mayer Lutheran. And West Lutheran has been pretty dominant, although they only had a 1-run win against Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart. So we'll see. Mayer Lutheran is a pretty darn good team, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But again, Saturday, Braham will host Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart or New Life Academy of Woodbury. And then if they were to win that game, they would play on the 28th. Which would be next Tuesday. So if they win on Saturday, they'll play on Tuesday at 4 p.m. And then if they were to win that game, they'd play on Tuesday at 6 p.m. And then if they won that game, they'd punch their ticket to the championship game, which would be at the University of Northwestern on next Thursday at noon. And then that second game would be at 2 p.m. because the team from the elimination bracket gets a chance. So in the championship game, if the team from the elimination bracket wins the first game, they play game 2, because obviously the winner of the championship bracket, which they call it, has the chance to lose 2 as well. So that's how it works. So it's going to be a long road back for Braham, but they do have the chance starting on Saturday when they host either Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart or New Life Academy of Woodbury here at 2 p.m. Of course, stay tuned. We'll probably have that game on our airways more than likely. 106.5 FM, AM 1350 for you. That should be a good one, and I'm excited for that one as well. But on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, the Braham Bombers fall 7-1 to the PACT Charter Panthers here in this game. They'll move to the elimination bracket on Saturday. Of course, stay tuned to our morning shows on KBK 95.5 FM with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk local sports this game. We'll recap other games in our local listening area. Plus a game just across the parking lot where Braham is hosting McGregor in their first round of the playoffs. Plus we'll talk regional and some national sports as well. Also stay tuned to our websites for game recaps, broadcast schedules, interviews that you can hear on there, LOI signings, coaches retiring, coaches being hired. You can find those on our websites. Of course, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com. Also, the broadcast schedule is on there as well, but again, that is subject to change. Also, stay tuned to our socials, both of our Facebook pages and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports as well. Again, breaking sports news, coaches, players, LOI signings, all that fun stuff that comes around this time of year and a little bit earlier as well. But again, here, Braham falls to PACT Charter 7-1. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Give me a job to do so. Can't complain with that. Also want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. If it weren't for them, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here and do any of these games, so we do greatly appreciate, and a huge shout-out to all of the fine sponsors. Again, stay tuned for more playoff action as we go forward. Braham will host the winner of New Life Academy of Woodbury or Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart on Saturday here at 2 p.m., and we should be back out here for that one. So again, the final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, PACT Charter 7, your Braham Bombers 1. For WCMP and KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.